Tonight we're tackling 3 ads because they all deal with one thing: Claire McCaskill's record on immigration.
Air Force One is expected to arrive in a little more than an hour, but all afternoon hundreds of people have been flooding into this hangar.
Many people come and see the lights every year, and they say the display is a gift to the community.
Jim and Emily, police have been on the scene here for about an hour. They say one woman was shot in the arm. She was transported to the hospital.
She takes 6 every day. That's 42 a week. 168 a month. That's more than 2,000 pills a year.
People have been asking me why an Amber Alert hasn't been issued in this case. I asked police and they told me a certain number of criteria have to be met and they don't have any reason to believe that Gray was abducted.
This one got in under the line before the shutdown. That means inspectors approved the beer and this new label. North Callaway R1 School District covers 320 square miles. As you can see on this map, it stretches from Hatton all the way down to Williamsburg. Tonight we're tackling an ad paid for by current state auditor Nicole Galloway's campaign. The ad claims her opponent Sandra McDowell can't even manage her own expenses, let alone the state's.
Is Sandra McDowell fit to be auditor? Sued 7 times.
We find this claim to be true. McDowell was sued 6 times in Missouri and once in Kansas. A judge dismissed one of these cases, but found McDowell needed to pay in 6 of them. In all of these lawsuits, McDowell agreed to pay for a number of things, ranging from furniture to rent to utilities. Her and her husband, Jonathan, either refused to pay or failed to pay the fees they promised.
McDowell was evicted from her lavish mansion with a sauna and indoor movie theater for failing to pay rent.
We also find this claim to be true. On December 16, 2014, the McDowells entered into a lease with a landlord in Florida State. They agreed to pay $3,600 a month on a home in Springfield, Missouri. Rent payments were late for May and June, and on July 18, 2015, the McDowells were evicted from 5118 South Chelsea Avenue.
She has so much debt, the state is garnishing her wages.
This claim is also true. The state did garnish her wages earlier this year. That's when the court orders your employer to withhold part of your paycheck to send directly to the person you owe. These entries in CaseNet show garnishment was requested by Karen Nations, and on April 20th, 2018, those garnishments were paid to an attorney.
McDowell can't balance her household checkbook, much less stand guard over billions in state expenditures.
We find this claim needs context and is misleading. A St. Louis Post-Dispatch editorial opinion article slams McDowell. The editorial does say what the ad quotes, but this is an opinion piece, not a news article.
The responsible choice, Nicole Galloway. Nicole looks out for taxpayers, finding over $300 million in government waste, resulting in dozens of criminal counts.
We find the claim about the amount of misused money uncovered by Galloway to be true. Numbers provided by the state auditor's office show since she became auditor in April 2015, Galloway has uncovered more than $345 million of wasted, misused government funds. We find the claim about criminal counts to be true. The official 2017 auditor's report cites 30 criminal counts. The other 7 have been filed since the report's release. I reached out to Sandra McDowell's campaign for comment, and right before air at 5:45, a campaign spokesperson sent us a statement denying the ad's claims and touting a plan that would track every dollar the government spends. For this Target 8 Fact Check, I'm Emma Claybrook. Around graduation season, you can usually find hundreds of students taking pictures on MU's famous quad, but one graduate brought a special guest to crash his photo shoot.
These guys are sort of spoiled. They get to lay around all day.
But not on Thursday. Amelia the dairy cow was spotted on MU's campus for a graduation photo shoot.
There were a lot of cell phones out. It was kind of fun. I kind of figured people would stare because not many people see cows every day.
Massimo Montalbano always had the idea in the back of his mind to bring a cow along, but heard a student last spring took photos with her horse.
I figured I'd one-up her and bring a cow instead of a horse.
Amelia lives at Foremost Dairy Research Center and has quite the resume. In addition to providing gallons and gallons of milk every day, she is also a prize-winning show cow.
Well, she didn't want to go originally, but I convinced her. There we go, yeah.
Montalbano originally came to MU for the vet program, but quickly fell in love with dairy farming.
Every day is different. One day you're feeding, one day you're milking. There's something new, it's just a challenge.
The pair drew quite a crowd while his girlfriend took the photos.
I didn't want to, but I agreed to it for her. And I decided that, you know, if we're going to do this, we're going to bring cows on campus.
A moving end to a college career.
She's just a good-looking cow. I'm just my little buddy, I guess.
Montalbano graduates Saturday with a degree in animal science and already has a job lined up at a dairy farm in Monette, Missouri. Sadly, he won't be bringing Amelia with him. The parents don't even know why their toddler died, but sometimes something unexpected happens.
If he was still here, he would change the world.
When Riker Bound died unexpectedly in August, the family didn't know how to cope.
The grief is very real. You never know how you're going to react. You know, you hear it said, and I've said it 1,000 times, I don't know what I would ever do. And you don't know what you would do.
The death came as Riker's parents, Tara and Ryan, were planning to go on a cruise to celebrate their anniversary. After the tragedy, the couple decided to sell their cruise package to use the money for other expenses. That's when the Bounds had their first stroke of luck, in the form of Rachel Newham. Newham lives in Arizona and doesn't know the family personally. She started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money so the Bounds can afford the vacation they had planned.
But it means a lot to us that someone, you know, that's what we hope, is that Riker will touch someone's life.
Riker's big brother Parker has taken his death the hardest.
After losing Riker, it was, it's like we had to kind of mourn for the loss of both of our children in a way.
But here's the second stroke of luck. Tara just found out she is pregnant.
Her baby. Do you know who's having a baby?
Me.
Mom.
You are? You're pregnant?
He burst into tears.
Buddy, it's okay. I'm gonna have a new playmate.
You are.
I'm gonna be happy. What? I'm gonna be happier again. Oh.
Like, it's a totally different thing when somebody tells you, hey, I'm expecting, than when you say, you know, we've lost our child and now we're going to have a new one.
The new Bound baby is due in the spring, and Tara says she and her family can now feel a little hope during such a dark time.